It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And we'll see the lefty, Tua Tagovailoa. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the Dolphins and the Patriots, and it's all up next on EA Sports.
What better way to start off the afternoon than with some football, huh? It's time to get things started here on the NFL on EA Sports. All right, football fans, settle in because we got bragging rights on the line in this one. Kate Scott, Brock Heward here with you as we get set for a division rematch. Brock, one side seeking the sweep, and the other looking for some revenge after how that first showdown went.
What do they say about familiarity? Familiarity does what?
It breeds something, Brock. It breeds, contempt.
It breeds contempt.
Yeah.
These teams don't like each other. They can fake it. They can say all the right things in the papers. They don't want any bulletin board material. But the fact is, you know your division foes better than anybody.
Jason Sanders is out, ready to kick this one away. And here we go from Miami. To return this, Marcus Jones. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. So out come the Patriots, ready for their first possession. Leading them out, the third overall pick in this year's draft. After a decorated career at UNC, it's Drake May.
Even he mentioned it to us. There hasn't been much celebrated for him since last week. While other guys were taking in the win and enjoying some time to relax, he was reviewing what went wrong in that game. An interception, not finding the end zone. That's not the type of impact that usually finds you a win, and he knows he's got to do more for his team.
Well, as we see the names populating this injury report, partner, we recognize they've had to do some adjusting over the course of the season as key contributors have gone down.
And this, right here, this is where fan favorites and surprise superstars are born.
His first throw is an interception. Jalen Ramsey comes up with it. And he makes the Hefs goal. It's a touchdown on the pick six. So on our opening drive, Brock, we've got a big defensive highlight already as the pick six starts off our scoring.
This is a defense who isn't hiding how they're approaching this game. They want to be disruptive. They're unafraid to be aggressive. Can be a risky mentality to have. Boy, can it set a tone early.
Jason Sanders to try the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Dolphins will jump out to a 7-0 lead. A quick chance at redemption after that pick six as it's sent away. On the return, here's Jones. He stopped on the return at the 27. New England taking the field, its second series of the game coming up. And they didn't have much time to recover from that pick six. Need short memories here as they head back out. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Now May coming off that pick. Right away they get to him again. It's intercepted. Jalen Ramsey comes up with it. And the Dolphins get it back after a marvelous defensive effort.
Well, obviously not the cleanest game with now 2 interceptions, but here's the key. This is where mental toughness for a quarterback becomes so critical. And frankly, why some of the best QBs playing today have baseball in their background, because you flush your mistakes. Okay, you strike out, you throw an interception, but you got to go get it in that next series. Got to put these interceptions behind and press forward ahead.
So out they come for their opening drive of this ball game. They'll be led out by the 5th-year lefty out of Alabama, Tua Tagovailoa.
You hear me say all the time, Kate, that football is the ultimate team sport, but there are times as a quarterback it can feel a little bit like golf and match play. And when your opponent gives you a shot, gives you an opportunity with the pick, as a quarterback leading your team, you want to maximize it and take advantage of it.
That's caught, Devon Achane. And he gets this forward to the 19. Now following that completion, we see a man shaken up. Officials calling for a pause as he gets looked at. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Opening carry for Devon Achane. And he's stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about.
Holding offense.
So now, partner, got to reevaluate what to do on this next snap because the holding call pushes him back quite a ways. Running it after the penalty. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Christian Barmore with the play.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign, well, they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
Going play action, Tagovailoa. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense, and now, well, now we let the chess match begin, the adjustments begin, because we know pressure leads to sacks, and sacks in this league often leads to wins. You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
Sanders all set to send it away. Antonio Gibson now to return it. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. The Patriots and quarterback Drake May ready to go once more on offense. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. And they're still looking for their first signs of life on offense. Haven't even been able to get a first down off this defense just yet. May on 1st and 10. He gets it into the hands of Jalen Polk. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs. First down, ball at the 36. Here's Akers up the middle. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. New set of downs for him from the 46. To the air on first down, May. That's to his running back, Antonio Gibson. They gain 14 on the play. And that's a New England first down.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident a screen would get them enough yards for the first, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. First down throw for May. And he let his man just a little too much there. That's an incomplete pass.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive down the field. Those windows and throwing lanes, Kate, they're not open very long, and it only takes a little bit for a throw to be thrown off.
The give inside to Akers. And with a nice gain, he runs him down inside of field goal range. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run in need of some attention. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. May now. That's caught for the first. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. Following that completion, remember the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's May. And he won't get it there. Defender finds a throw and breaks it up. First time this game they've looked to him. So it'll be 2nd down. It's Akers on the carry. And he doesn't get this one very far, down to only about the 18. Give him 3 that time. That's going to bring up 3rd and 7. To throw, here's May. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. So they're left facing a 4th down. Now on the Patriots field goal try, it's Chad Ryland. This is from 35 out on the left hash. Badgley able to knock it through. And that'll bring it back to within a score. The lead's 7.
Well, that's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
Washington now to return. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. The Dolphins and Tyreek Hill headed back out on offense. And so far, with a chunk of the season gone, you can see he's been the league's most productive receiver in terms of yardage. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Shotgun snap now to Tagovailoa. No luck on the connection. It's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. And it sets up 2nd down.
He was defended by Marcus Jones.
They send Hill right. Quick touch pass to the receiver. He's out near midfield and still going. Space on the right. He's got room. There it is. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins grow their early lead to 13. Tyreek Hill the touchdown. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
And when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
Sanders connects on the point after. And the Dolphins double their lead to 14. Sanders all set to send it away.
Jason Sanders is the kickoff for Miami.
On the return, here's Gibson. He's got a lane up past the 30. And he manages the 35 before they can stop him.
The Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Good field position for the Patriots as they get set for 1st and 10. They run. Here's Akers. And he's able to manage a couple on that run. We get a look at his rushing numbers from last week here, what he was able to do in support of that win.
At the 37-yard line.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Once again, it's Akers. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped at his own side at the 49. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
There was a blitz coming, and that got somebody to panic and jump early. It cost him 5 yards. They're set back 5 by that false start. Now 15 yards to the marker. Operating from the gun, here's May. It's taken in by Kendrick Bourne. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. 2nd and 6 coming up here.
At the 47-yard line.
From the 47. That's too far in front, and it's not going to be caught.
You really want those throws to be like clockwork for your offense. Every team needs to hit passes in that short to intermediate range to effectively move the ball.
It's tipped away, and it's going to hit the ground incomplete. Defender winning that rep. That brings up 4th down.
Not an open passing lane to be found anywhere. He took what he thought was the best one available, and they still managed to tip the ball away.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. This offense headed back to the field, led by their receiver. And he finds himself across an important benchmark for yards this season after that last drive. He stayed pretty busy this season, and the numbers show just that. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Tua now from the gun. Got his target. It's Hill. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1.
At the 29-yard line.
From the 29. Completes this one to Hill. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. A 9-yard gain and good for a first down. New set of downs for him at the 38. First down, here's Tua. Taken in by Smith. And he gets him around 6 there. That's Matthew Judon in on the tackle. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
At the 45-yard line.
Here's Tua again. Little off center. His man just couldn't adjust to it. Trying to find his tight end. And now they need to get 4 on 3rd down. Tua off the play fake. This one's taken in by Hill. And the defense was ready. They got him at the line.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
And that hit at the 5, but got the bounce it needed to reach the end zone for a touchback. The Patriots offense all set to go. Well, their last drive, not the one they want to replicate after they were forced to punt it away. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. On play action, here's May. And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. 2nd down. Going play action, May. Connects on the crosser. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. It's a gain of 22. And the Patriots will have a first down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
He'll run for the first time here with Antonio Gibson. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2. Handoff headed right, it's Akers. A flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense. Well, partner, they say there's holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard. They'll run here following the penalty. And this run's limited to a minimal gain up to about the 44. Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9. May now from the gun. Oh, no, they get him yet again. Picked off, Kendall Fuller. And the Dolphins have it now as he makes the 20th interception of his career.
Oh, coaches just love that effort right there. Instantly, as he made the pick, everybody was looking for a block and doing their part to set up the return. And I know it pales in comparison to giving up the turnover, but how about the effort on the other side to track him down and stop a potential pick 6? I think everybody deserves a little credit on the field for that effort.
The Dolphins sending their offense back out there. And talk about a dream position, Brock. Heading out with 1st and goal waiting for him. Got it off that interception, Brock. Let's see if they can pay that off with points. Here's 1st and goal. They'll send him over right. Trying to run it in, Achane. And he can only manage 1 yard. The defenders were at the ready to bring him down.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Catch is made in close. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. So now, here's 3rd and goal.
Brings up 3rd and goal.
Achane. And he's in for the touchdown. The Dolphins pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Devon Achane with the touchdown. A lot of pressure on him in that moment, Brock. Find a way to score. Don't let it go to 4th and goal. and he finds a way to come through and gets in the end zone for 6.
Now, how about the other side? Beating the defense right there as well. That group who was so close to pulling off the goal line stand, yet all that motivation wasn't enough to stop him on 3rd and goal.
That one right down the middle. And the Dolphins stretch their lead to 21. Sanders all set to send it away. On the return, here's Jones. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The New England offense running out now. And coming off the interception, a good chance to reestablish some momentum as they get set. Now Akers. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
Give him 2 on the run. That's going to set him up with 3rd and 4.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
On target to his man Polk. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. A give to Akers. And he's able to work this down to the 41. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3. So we're through 1 quarter of this AFC East contest. Our score already up 24-3. Back to Hard Rock Stadium right after this. Back and ready now for the 2nd quarter. It's Patriots football. They start out with a 2nd and 3. Gibson here from the gun. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Here we go, 3rd and less than a yard.
Brings up 3rd and inches.
Running it again with Gibson. And he could not get there. They stop him right at the line. Just short on 3rd down, no gain on the run, and now what will they do on 4th?
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, they got a tackle behind the line, but a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
For the Patriots field goal, a 54-yard attempt.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And it gets a fraction closer as the lead's down to 18.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm than start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
They'll bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. The Miami offense headed out there now. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. 1st and 10 now. Here's Tagovailoa. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
In theory, Kate, that's exactly what complementary man coverage is supposed to look like. The DBs, well, they're sticky on the back end of it. The front end, that pass rush, it makes an impact that gets home. But of course we know, it's not that simple. It is really tough to lock down a full field for more than a second or 2.
A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here.
3rd and 8.
Tagovailoa off the play fake. Taking his shot deep down the field it goes. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. So the Dolphins readying for the punt. Marcus Jones back to return for the Patriots. This is away, and once again, he's caught all of it. Punt meets him at the 28. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. The Patriots getting their offense back out there as we see Cam Akers once more. And down double digits, Brock. Field goals like we saw on their last drive aren't going to move the needle as much as they need to. Here's Akers. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's a solid 70-yard pickup on first down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3. Now there's the flag. Looks like the jump came from the left side of the line.
Ball start.
So tough to stay set when you've got defenders doing everything they can to make you jump, and, well, they got one of them to move that time. They go to Akers again. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. They got 2 yards there. That leaves them with 3rd down and 5. Made a throw it. Throw left side, complete. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
To the air on first down, May. Ooh, almost a throw that cost him. Defender had it in his hands, but he dropped it. It's incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Back to the air. It's May. It's incomplete. Should have been a catch downfield, but off his hands and to the ground it goes. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. To the air yet again, May. It's tipped away, and it's going to hit the ground incomplete. Defender winning that rep. That brings up 4th down.
You know, as a QB, I'm going to note that in the back of my head. That was a heck of a break. Knocks the ball away. DBs like that, they tend to, once they get one hand on the ball, have a pretty good beat on you and can get 2 hands on it the next time.
So this one will go out of bounds, and they'll start the drive inside their own 30. Offense returning to the field now for the Dolphins. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. First throw for the backup now. Rolling left, behind some, trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
This defense needed that, Kate. Just something good to happen. Creating a negative play. You never know when this thing could turn in the NFL, and that sack is exactly what the doctor ordered.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. They kick the running back in motion. Another try following the sack. This one finds Barrios. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. Marcus Jones ranging over for the stop. Gotta figure out this 3rd down here. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Taking a deep shot here. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
The return begins on their side of midfield. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. It's a 54-yard punt that time. And the Pats will take over. Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. From the gun, it's May. Not enough on this throw. It hits the turf instead of his man.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
May trying again here on 2nd. On the quick slant, it finds Polk. This is ahead for about 5. Play brought to an end by Jalen Ramsey. This offense looking to convert as they come up on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, here's May. And this one is dropped and incomplete. He had the pick in his hands, couldn't hang on. It's going to be 4th down.
I think I could see his eyes from the booth. He was envisioning the return and simply dropped it. You got to secure the pick before anything else.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And there was nobody down there to get it. Punt hit at the 7, but continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Miami set to take over once again on offense. They didn't add to their lead last time out. They punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. They bring Barrios in motion. They'll start the drive with Achan. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Some early movement on the left side there, but was he the first to go, or was he provoked? One of the most common penalties in the sport, and the reaction, it's the same every time, Brock. Frustration from the coach as they get backed up 5 yards. A-chain again. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. They pick up 1 on the run. Need more, though. That takes him to 3rd and 5.
A gain of a yard brings up 3rd and 5.
Here's Thompson. Oh, he put some heat on this deep ball. That's grabbed inside the 30. And he's all the way home. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins can make it a 4-score game as they lead by 24. Tyreek Hill the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. And they've loved the scoring production he's brought out of their offense. That touchdown gives him 10 on the season. Extra point attempt coming from Sanders. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Dolphins grow their lead yet again. Sanders all set to send it away. On the return, here's Jones. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Patriot offense making their return to the field. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Here's May. This one finds Polk. And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And that's a New England 1st down. Now we give to Akers, running left. And he gets it forward to still about a yard out of that. Devon Holland there to make the stop. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 46-yard line.
May escapes the pocket. Now here he goes. He gets a little something out of it before sliding to a stop.
I love that play. I mean, that's quarterback 101. Nothing downfield, get what you can with your legs, but so much more importantly, protect yourself. Availability, one of the most important abilities for any quarterback.
And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. They'll come up 1st and 10.
And the Patriot 1st down.
They've got a man in motion. On 1st down, it's Gibson. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
2nd and 15. That'll be complete to Gibson. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. May now. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right. This one intended for the running back. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long. Now on the Patriots field goal try, it's Chad Ryland. It's on the left hash, 46 yards out. Badgley able to knock it through. And it shrinks to a 3-score game again, the lead 22.
Give him the first half trifecta. He's 3 for 3 on field goals. And as much as they'd like 6 points to end drives, not 3, they can at least be happy they're getting consistent looks inside field goal range, and he's delivering.
Washington now to return. He stopped on the return at the 27. The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideouts. And he hasn't been a stranger to the end zone this season, no sir, including on their prior drive, Brock. A pretty important touchdown for him when you look at his season total. To throw, Thompson. And that one is dropped. Such great work to get all by himself, but he can't haul in the gimme, and that deep shot is missed. Wow. Second down carry for Achane. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that game. Jabril Peppers bringing that one to an end. Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7.
It's 3rd and 7.
Now Thompson to throw. It's tipped away and it's going to hit the ground incomplete. Defender winning that rep. That brings up 4th down.
Incomplete.
I think you're seeing why they like this guy in coverage, man. He reacts well to throws and is so adept in breaking up passes right through contact or before they ever reach the target.
Breaks the tackle, still going. And he's brought down before the return gets far. First and 10 now from the 30. Here's May to the air. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete.
You know, I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or just had a surprise break in concentration. So unusual to see one dropped unless there's a hit involved.
Has him on the quick hitter. And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
So they catch the illegal block in the back, Brock, and that's rare that we see the clipping call. It's a dangerous play. It's rightfully going to back up this offense. Here we go, 2nd and very long. Cut by Gibson. And it's a nice gain, but still not enough for the first. Timeout taken by the Patriots. They're 1st to 3. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call's going to be on 3rd down.
We've heard it said, and I believe it to my core, football is the ultimate team sport. And a well-run screen like that is the ultimate team play because it takes all 11 doing their job.
And he must have overlooked the linebacker there because he was right in the way to swat it away and bring out the incompletion. Clean breakup on that throw. And that makes it 4th down. Another punt coming up. Bryce Behringer to do the honors again. Secures this at the 17. And he gets his offense some better field position here to start. Up close to the 30.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Back to throw. Here's Thompson. Got his target. It's Hill. And that's good for a gain of 5. Tackle made by Juwan Bentley. Now the Dolphins call a timeout. It's their first. As they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down. Shotgun snap. They're going to throw. He's got Smith. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's going to give the Dolphins a 1st down. Thompson back to throw. It's caught. This is Jalen Wright. We'll head out of bounds after a small gain.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason, where one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the first. Miami calls a timeout here. It's second. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll throw. On target to his man, Barrios. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. Everyone's prepped, it's 2nd down now. They're going play action. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And it brings up 3rd down.
Everybody wants to play quarterback until a play like that. Almost no resistance off the ball and the defense ready to maul you. It was all he could do to get rid of it before he gets just clocked.
3rd and long for him here. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
And no chance at a return. He wisely angled it for the sideline and got it down to the 12 before going out. Yep, as expected, they go to the ground to start this one off. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2. So we've reached halftime down here in Miami. The Dolphins have the lead. Now it's up north to Orlando for a look around the league. We've got Jonathan Coachman and the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, we'll get back to you and Brock in a bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll begin out in the windy city of Chicago, where you see the final score there. J.J. McCarthy, sharp in the victory, as his guys get back within a game of 500. It was a strong first half from the lefty, Tua Tagovailoa. He's got a touchdown through the air as his guys have raced out to a gigantic early lead. This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up, ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one
kick team
to
out
tighten
there
up
as they send it away.
significantly.
Barrios now to return it. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Dolphins offense ready to go as they take the field. And taking a look at these highlights, Brock, just a reminder of the type of game that they have had throwing the football. It really has been the key to their success.
Yeah, they've just not only stayed on schedule here, Kate. Man, they've made some music, right? Great rhythm.
Yeah.
Not just ahead of schedule, but huge plays have followed. We've seen a lot of different looks and wrinkles throughout this performance, and it's been a joy to watch.
Throwing now, Thompson. That one falls to the turf, couldn't hang on, it's incomplete. Trying to connect with Tyreek Hill there. So 2nd down coming up. A-Chain on the inside give. And he's gonna be brought down up at the 28-yard line. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. 3rd down, the Patriots sending out some reinforcements with a dime package. Thompson now. He lofts it deep left. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete. Couldn't connect with Tyreek Hill. So that brings up 4th and long. Punt team on the field. And this is the 5th time he's been called upon today. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. He's got this at the 27. And he gets him something back on that return. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield. The Patriots running their offense out there. Well, they've run into the wall quite a few times, Brock, and like walls tend to do, it hasn't moved. No luck in getting the ground game established. Probably part of the reason why this offense is still searching for its first touchdown.
What's that quote you learned at Cal? About insanity?
Which one? There's so many.
Doing the same thing over and over, but expecting different results. They've tried.
That's the one.
I mean, bless their hearts. They've tried to pound the football on the ground, but the results haven't changed. This front stops them every time, and it sure kept a lot of points off the board.
Oh, I see you, partner. That holding penalty is going to make first down twice as tough. They're 20 from the marker to start things out. The give inside to Akers. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Encroachment in defense.
He thought he had the timing down and could make the play, but just a hair too early.
Still second down.
All right, here we go. Second down. May now from the gun. And this one's dropped for what would have been a nice gain.
That drop ruins the payoff to a well-designed play. It got a man open, it beat the coverage. That's a call they can revisit in the future with hopefully a much better job finishing the catch. So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and third downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, their coach wants to see them convert those.
Fourth down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And this is the punt you want every time. It bounces out of bounds and sticks them inside their own 10. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Thompson sheds off a rusher. This one's taken in by Hill. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Give him 24 on that play. And it'll be first down, Miami.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Slot man motioned over. Here's a chain up the middle. And he's brought down for a loss.
You know, for pitchers, you hear them say, gosh, you got to pitch this guy backwards. For defenses, you got to do the same at times, Kate. You just can't always run it on first. You got to mix in some high-percentage pass plays. Otherwise, you're going to get hit right in the face for a loss just like that.
And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. New set of downs for him from the 46.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
They'll throw on first. Able to find Achane. He's contained at the line for no gain. That's Matthew Judon in on the tackle.
And the defense was all over that throw, able to stop it right at the line. They could smell that one coming, and they sniffed it out in a hurry.
Cut out left. And as this play winds up out of bounds, let's see what that flag is all about.
Holding offense.
Fighting all he could to keep his quarterback upright, but crossed the line there. That earns the holding penalty. And they send a man in motion. Running it after the penalty. And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field.
Holding offense.
So now, partner, got to reevaluate what to do on this next snap because the holding call pushes him back quite a ways. Running with Achane out of the gun. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47.
Even though that run did not net them a first down, I can promise you this, Kate. I promise you. I know how it works. They're going to circle that one. They're going to remember that one. And when they need some key yards on the ground, they'll come back to that call later.
And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means fourth down coming up. No luck finding his receiver that time. And now they're staring at fourth and long. On now comes their punter. Ooh, it's away, but he knows he mishit that one. Headed for the sideline. And this looks like it got just inside the 20 as it flew out, and indeed it did. They're putting the ball at the 19-yard line. The Patriots and this running back headed back out for a new series. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. And get that big old marker out. Cross a major number off his roadmap after that last drive. He's reached one of the marks that every back strives to hit at some point during the season. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Ball at the 33 for first down. To throw, here's May. He'll get this to Henry. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. David Long getting to the spot that time. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Going play action, May. That finds Gibson, complete. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. It's Kader Kohu up to make that play. And the Dolphins in a nickel set for this 3rd down. To the air yet again, May. Complete beyond the marker. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They pick up 20 yards there. And the Patriots will have a 1st down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. May on 1st and 10. On the quick slant, it finds Polk. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason this is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
Room to run inside the 20. And he has this all the way down to the 17-yard line. 16 yards on the play. And that's a New England 1st down. Shotgun handoff to Gibson. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Good defensive tackles in this league, Kate. They can take up a couple blockers. Great defensive tackles. Well, they stuff the stat sheet just like that, knocking that run backwards before it could get started.
Throw left side, caught by Douglas. And this one doesn't go far.
Those little short throws, they are high percentage and certainly bread and butter. But they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
Badgley able to knock it through. And it only does a little against the deficit, which drops to 19.
That's now 4 field goals for him, and he's doing his part to try and give him a chance to win this game. But one kicker, well, he's not going to overcome everything with this team. He needs his guys to start sending them out there for extra points and his defense to start getting some stops.
He stopped on the return at the 27. Here comes their offense out again. And unsurprisingly, Brock, a great day on the scoreboard so far for him. Has him with the advantage as we move through this 3rd quarter. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. To throw, Thompson. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Here's what I know. I know this one, Kate, from personal experience. After this one's over, QB, well, he's going to spend some time in that cold tub because he's been in so much time on the ground, taking a beating today. This offensive line, this offense has got to find a way to protect the passer.
Juke the defender. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. Now hang on, looks like somebody came out after that play a little shaken up. Not sure we saw exactly what happened, but he'll get some assistance now. New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. Now Thompson to throw. That's Hill working the sideline, complete. And he goes out close to that 45-yard line. 2nd and 6 coming up here.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Achane gets it. And his drive up the middle gets him about 3. Tackle made by Juwan Bentley.
He was tackled at the 46-yard
Let's see what they went with on 3rd down.
line. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Here's Thompson. Can't connect over the middle. It's incomplete.
Intended for Jonnu
You know, it's fascinating how those routes you run so many times in practice become a whole lot more difficult in the actual game. That was an important 3rd and short to convert. Very surprised to see that play fail. Punter
on now, and he gets into this one. And that's out. We're just waiting for the spots. They're going to say it cleared the sideline over top the 14. The visitors headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. That's incomplete left side.
Can't cover it much better than that really well-covered Kate on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Back to the air. It's May. Into traffic. Complete. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Brought down that time by Kendall Fuller. The Dolphins with an extra DB out there. 3rd down coming. Operating from the gun, here's May. And this time they're gonna get there and they drop him. And the defense comes through. That's gonna back him up and bring up 4th down.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth, but a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it, except for this defense that just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
The Patriots have their punting unit out. Bryce Behringer, the one to send it away. And he makes the fair catch inside the 45. That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And it'll be Dolphins football. The offense headed back to the field. They are in great shape here as we wind down this 3rd quarter. They've got a 3-score lead. Another, that could put this just too far out of reach. On 1st down, they're going to start out with Achane. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Marte Mapu, the man on the tackle. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Back to throw. Here's Thompson. Into a crowd, and a defender comes up with it. Christian Gonzalez has it. 2nd down, they go pass here, and it's intercepted to kill the drive.
And that is one way defensively to get your teammates off the field. That was all about anticipation. Great move there by the defender to take it away and put his offense on the field.
Here's New England, ready once again on offense. And the turnovers have not helped as they find this game out of reach at the moment here in the 3rd. Shotgun handoff to Akers. And that's only 1 yard up the middle. Gonna be 2nd down.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. We'll see what they come up with for 3rd down in just a bit. We've reached the end of 3. It's not quite over yet, but it'd take a pretty miraculous comeback. We've got a 3-score game as we get set to start the fourth quarter. Third and just 2 to go. From the gun, it's May. It's tipped away, and it's going to hit the ground incomplete. Defender winning that rep. That brings up 4th down.
Man, that ball looked good out of his hands. It just couldn't get through the defense cleanly. Somebody tips it away and saves a potential completion.
Here's Akers up the middle. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. And that run won't come close. That's a turnover on downs.
Man, what a battle of wills we just got to see. Fighting in the trenches on a 4th down run. Trying to play conservative, keep it on the ground to power it across, but there was no overcoming a front, just as equally motivated to get off the field.
Their offense running back out now. Even though they've got a 3-score lead, still a lot of time left, so they're going to try to grow it even further. Out of the shotgun, a give to A.J. And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 at the Patriots.
Thompson back to throw. Completes this one to Hill. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you could take a lick at any time.
That's going to fall incomplete. Either way, he was breaking it up. Couldn't hang on to the pick, so hits the ground, brings up 4th down.
Hey, Kate, you feeling lucky? Well, the quarterback is, because he just dodged a major turnover. That was an easy pick that was simply dropped.
And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22. They hit him for 5 yards on 4th down and get the successful conversion. The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. Pass play coming here. Taking the deep shot there on 1st down. Okay, no luck connecting. It's incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Motioning him from the slot right. Here's a give on the jet sweep. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Ooh, I like that call. I really like it with those sticks. You can keep on the sidelines, and you get more than enough to get the 1st down.
1st down and goal to go.
Now there's the flag. Looks like the jump came from the left side of the line.
Ball start, offense.
There was a blitz coming, and that got somebody to panic and jump early. It cost him 5 yards. They motion the tight end over. Goal to go. It's a pass play. Taken in by Smith. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. Still a good bit of work to do here, Brock, because they come up on it 2nd and goal.
At the 11-yard line.
Slot receiver headed left. Throwing now, off play action. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down. Thompson now. This throw is caught. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
A 25-yard attempt.
Aubrey puts it through. And that's going to make the advantage 22.
Get another shot across the bow of a ship that's already sinking here, Kate. He could have made that field goal. Heck, he could have turned around and kicked it directly at his coach, because it feels like they've got this one in hand.
On the return, here's Gibson. Man, he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The visitors ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. First down throw for May. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete. Trying to get that one to Jalen Polk. And we'll see what they do here on second down. May now from the gun. He completes it in traffic. And that will not be enough for a first down. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Here's May. And they pick him off again. Jordan Poyer has it. And the Dolphins get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season. Well, Brock, it has been a special day for this defense when it comes to forcing turnovers. Big play after big play, and that is their 4th interception of this contest.
Special for the defense and an absolute nightmare for a quarterback. 1 interception, it sticks with you all week long, but throwing 4, he probably wishes he could be anywhere else on earth other than this field right now.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Motioning left is Berrios. Achane, a first down carry. And that carry only nets 1 on the plunge up the gut.
The only thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the Patriots' 43-yard line.
Fakes the handoff, now to throw. Dump off caught by his back. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a pickup of 26. And that's going to give the Dolphins a first down.
1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Now a toss play for Achane. And they beat him to the edge. That run stopped back at the line. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 17-yard line.
They go play action here. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Here's Achane running right.
You know, that's so hard for me, Kate. That's the type of effort that deserves better when it comes to the results. It's going to show up as a negative run on the stat sheet, but that was not the runner's fault. He did all he could to fight to get back to the line, but this defense just kept swarming.
4th down, and on comes Jason Sanders for the Dolphins field goal. This is a 35-yard look from the right hash. Aubrey puts it through, and their lead grows further to 25 points.
So many of these players on the field, Kate, they just strive for consistency, but not the kickers. They strive for perfection, and so far, he's just that.
Here's a return from the 7. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Patriots and quarterback Drake May ready to go once more on offense. And this one, well, I think we all know it's going to be a tough one to watch again on film, but a lot to be learned from this showing here, right? He's been intercepted 4 times, and it's been real tough to get a good read on what the coverage has been doing to stop him. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. This will be caught by Akers. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
And that one's unsuccessful.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete.
Making it harder than it needs to be right there. Just get the catch first. Guarantee some yards. and then worry about escaping the defenders and getting upfield.
Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. Buys time, rolling right. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43.
First down, New England.
Made a throw it. Right side and into the hands of Douglas. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
At their 49-yard line.
Here's May to the air. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
He's on the move. Oh, he's going to run for it. And he slides to a stop after a great run, but still not quite enough for that 1st down.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
That's cut beyond the marker. And he stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about.
Holding offense.
Would have liked to have kept that big play, but the officials and penalties say no, and it's got to come back. Desperation time here on 4th. And that one's going to be knocked away, and that's going to force a change in possession. 1st down now, ball at the 39-yard line.
Result of the play is a turnover on downs.
They run the counter to Achan. And he drives into a pile of defenders and is stopped right at the line. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here.
2nd and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Throwing off the play fake here. And it looks great flying through the air, Brock, but problems on the business end as it falls to the ground. 3rd down coming up. Thompson. This one's taken in by Hill. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
And the play clock hits 0. This is going to be delay of game.
Delay of game. Offense.
Everyone was set and at the line. The quarterback just didn't snap it before the play clock hit 0. So the Dolphins readying for the punt. Jake Bailey's going to kick it away. And this one ventures out of play on the fly. The question is where it's marked. Looks like they'll say the 17-yard line. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Throwing is May. And a man is there to knock that away. Could not beat the defender there. So it's 2nd down coming up. Back to the air. It's May. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And the nightmare continues as they bring the fumble back for a touchdown. The Dolphins keep running away with this. Well, Brock, you and I know after that first turnover, they were able to take back. They were looking for another one, and lo and behold, they found it.
You felt it. I felt it.
Yep.
Everybody in the stands felt it. It wasn't just good enough to get the takeaway. They wanted to one-up what they did earlier, and look at the celebration now.
Extra point is good by Sanders. And the Dolphins continue piling onto this lead. Still reeling a little after fumbling that away, but they're going to get it right back with this kickoff. On the return, here's Gibson. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. This offense getting all set for this series. And all game, they have struggled to attack this deficit. Maybe they can do a little window dressing here. Complete, it's Akers. And he's tackled for no gain.
You know, I've learned over the years, defensively, they call that the camera club. How many different guys can you get rallying to the football? So that last shot you see on camera, you see as many defenders keeping that to a 0-yard gain. That's well done defensively.
2nd and 10 now. That'll be complete to Gibson. Decent gain here, but short of the first.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm, and a nice little gain on top of it.
Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And the Patriots will have a first down. Cut by Gibson. And he'll go out of bounds close to the 35-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. In the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. That one ends up a gain of 6. And that's a New England first down. Fits it through the middle. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. So it's fins up as the Dolphins take the win at home. And they take not just a victory, but some serious year-long bragging rights home with them after this one, as they finish off the sweep of their division rivals. And with Brock Heward and our EA Sports crew, I'm Kate Scott saying so long from this one. The Dolphins, your winners, as we say so long from Miami.